Hey, I'm Phil Heimlich. I'm a conservative Republican. I lean libertarian. I'm also a follower of Christ. We call this podcast The Radical Middle. Did you know that impotence is a serious problem in this country? I don't mean for men, I mean for the courts. Because last week, the Supreme Court issued a decision which is going to render our federal courts, shall we say, unable to perform. Now, here's how it works. Let's just say, hypothetical, that the Trump administration was deporting thousands of migrants without giving them a hearing, without giving them due process as the Constitution requires. In that case, one of those migrants could file a lawsuit in federal court, and the federal judge could issue an injunction that impacts the whole country. So, in other words, the administration has to stop this practice unless they appeal it and win at a higher court. But the Supreme Court's decision last week said that from now on, if one of those migrants files a lawsuit and gets an injunction, the injunction only applies to that one migrant. So the administration can continue to deport thousands of other migrants that didn't have the wherewithal to file a suit. In other words, the only way to stop the practice is for every one of those migrants to get a lawyer and file their own suit, which I think we know is impossible. Now, there's an argument against this, and the argument is it isn't right for one judge to be able to impact the whole country. And it is true that there are some parties that have done judge shopping, meaning they go to a federal district where there's only one judge, so they know the type of judge they're getting. And some would say it isn't fair for that one judge to be able to impact the whole country. But don't you agree that despite that argument, we do not want any administration to be able to engage in illegal and unconstitutional practices without accountability? It's kind of like we need some kind of legal mechanism that operates as Viagra for the courts. I'm Phil Heimlich, and this is The Radical Middle.